Hi guys, this is Steve Rorabacher with Soldiers for Faith. In one of his letters, the Apostle Paul writes to a little band of Christians in the city of Ephesus. And in that letter he says, "We who first hoped in Christ have been destined and appointed to live for the praise of his glory." Well, that changed their lives. They had a purpose for living. Now, living for the praise of his glory might sound like going off to a monastery somewhere or living under a thatched roof in a third world country in a leper colony. And of course, the enemy would like us to think of that kind of thing, but I think the picture is much different in the scriptures. The scriptures paint a picture of a great epic story that begins with creation and ends with the second coming of Christ. We live somewhere in between those two bookends of the story, and to some degree, we can choose the role that we play. I remember my son-in-law was an extra in a movie. So we bought the movie. It was a Mel Gibson movie. We bought it and looked for the spot in the story, and he walked by a window behind Mel Gibson, and he was on screen for about a half a second. He had a very minor part. Well, it's the same for us, but which kind of part do you want? Do you want to walk by the window for a second, or do you want to have a major role? Actually, we can have a major role. Every one of us has an absolute unique position in this world. We are unique in our personality, in our character, in our experiences, our background, the people we know. We're as unique as a fingerprint or a snowflake. And we can influence the people around us in a way that nobody else in all of history can. But the choice is up to us. Do we want to have a bit part in a walk by a window in a second in the great epic story? Or do we want to be a main character who lives for the praise of his glory? I'm Steve Rorabacher with Soldiers for Faith.